Yo, yo, yo.
What's going on, everybody?
Folks.
It's your new favorite podcast,
The Lambtastic Voyage.
I am your host, R.J, a.k.a. Raphael Pender Hughes.
And I am your other host, Boo-G, also known as Reynaldo Lamb. What's good, brother?
Man, nothing much, man. We reporting live from your favorite local supermarket. I don't want to drop the name because they are not a sponsor and they will have to cut us a check.
No, fuck that. They sell as good as a motherfucker.
Everybody should know who we talking about there.
Sells about good as a motherfucker. For $10, you can get right for the day.
You can get right for 2 days off one of these joints.
This sauce is amazing.
No, I love doing this podcast with you cuz. And I love going for an hour and a half. Since we're in our favorite restaurant, I think we might have to cut it short to get us a nice lavish morsel tonight.
A lavish morsel. I'm with the functions. You know I'm with the functions. I ate this shit about 6 times in the last week and a half.
Right.
But I'm with the functions. It's the only thing I eat all day.
Can't get enough of it.
Couple ladies up in here tonight.
Yes, it is.
Couple joints, couple scrubs I see.
Yeah.
And I ain't talking about like the TLC song. I mean their outfits are scrubs. So it's possible that they are CNAs or nurses. But
shout out to all the nurses out there that's taking care of grandmothers and great aunts and everybody that's in nursing homes and hospitals. And
shout out to you. You are an MVP.
yes, you are the real MVP. Shout out to the young lady on this mobile scooter that don't know how to drive through the mall. Through the market.
Right. Hitting chairs and everything. God damn.
You need to take her license away.
You need to stop being lazy and walk, because I think you just don't want to fucking walk right now. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's a fact.
But anywho,
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump right into this thing. What you got for me today, Kyle?
Well, I was doing my infamous scroll through Facebook, and I came across a question, and it was a very interesting question, and I figured the question hit me so hard that I didn't look through comments. I didn't see what anybody else wrote. I'm just like, I'm gonna bring this right to cuz, and this has to be the next topic of our podcast.
Okay.
And so the question that I read for anybody out there listening was, when it comes to having a successful relationship, what's more important, compatibility or chemistry? And I just thought, I'm like, whoa, that's different, because well, before I go, I give you mine.
Okay.
What I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
What's more important, compatibility or chemistry?
And it's crazy we touching this topic, because for a minute I had to like say to myself, ain't that the same thing? But when you say it again, and then give it the way that you gave it, I'm gonna have to go with chemistry. Chemistry is more important to me than compatibility. And I say chemistry because you can click with somebody, be cordial, be to an extent compliment each other well. Yeah. But that's not the same as being compatible. I feel like with being compatible, that's like a all the time basis. Compatible sounds like relationship to an extent. Like you could have good chemistry with somebody, or I might be fucking that up, cuz I might be fucking that up.
Compatibility is like really like being able to exist with each other.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you used to see them days. You used to see them relationships back in the day where a mother and father didn't get along at all, but they were compatible for their children. We might not get along right now, but we're gonna stay married until we get these kids about this house.
Right.
So, chemistry. I think chemistry is more important to answer the question.
Right.
Because
So we're on the same page then, chemistry.
Yeah, it's chemistry. I definitely think it's chemistry because you need to. We just can't exist.
Right.
We just can't be around each other existing.
Right.
I think we gotta have it. Gotta be a spark. It gotta be something there that'll take us over that quote unquote honeymoon phase of a relationship.
Right.
Because that honeymoon phase is you definitely go into that with blinders on.
Right.
Because you're like, oh my God, you don't really be wanting to say love yet, but once you get to that point of saying love, the honeymoon phase is over, and you got to be way more compatible. You got to have something that's willing to take you to that next level.
Right. Okay. So let me ask you this, because you did bring the topic up, upon us. So let's just go off of personal, because we keep it personal, we keep it real, we keep it 100 on this podcast. In my previous relationship, me and a young lady, we've known each other for 8 years. It was an on and off thing for a little bit. It got a little serious. We lived with each other. She had a child before we got in a relationship, and I, look at him as my child. I am his father. And at first it seemed as if like we were inseparable. I was head over heels. You know what I'm saying? And then things got a little rocky, and we cut it off. And we doing our own thing, and then we end up getting back with each other and trying to make something work that wasn't working. But I guess the common denominator in the whole relationship was the kid. You see what I'm saying? Like he was like the glue to us. But as we know, in a relationship, it can't just be about the kids. You're in a relationship with the man and the woman. I'm speaking on straight terms. No offense to the other.
No offense to the LBGT community.
Yeah. But we didn't click as well as we should have. It was just about the kid. So, we cut the relationship off, but everything is cordial. There's no fighting, there's no argument, there's no bickering. When we get with each other, we can kick it regularly as if like nothing ever happened. But we just know we can't be on relationship terms. And she is an envy. I'm not going to say their name because I never have in a relationship. It ain't nobody but business. And I'm going to do, I'm sorry, side note, I'm going to do one of these podcasts without cussing one of these times. I'm going to do one without dropping a cuss word. It ain't happened today, but back to the topic at hand. Like I said, we're cordial. And even if I get in another relationship, and let's say I have children with that woman, whoever I'm in a relationship with, I'm still going to be cordial with her. I'm no offense, but I'm not going to be an asshole towards her because we're not in a relationship and I'm with somebody else, because I don't want that child seeing that. I don't believe that shit has to be bad and messed up because that's what the world is used to seeing.
Right.
I do my thing for me. I'm not to be selfish, but I don't live by everybody else's. I don't live by their standard. I go by me. I try to do the right thing as much as I can, but I'm not. If negativity don't have to be the focus, then it won't be.
And I think you made an important point there. And I don't think that's being selfish at all. But your relationship has to be based on who's in your relationship. Right. I'm talking about the male and the female, because you do see a lot of females that's out here where their quote unquote relationship goes is things they see on social media. And I think that takes away from your chemistry and your compatibility, because you're forcing yourself. First of all, you're taking away from your chemistry because you're forcing yourself to get outside of the dynamic that you and your other half has.
Right.
So y'all actually might be real relationship goals, but because you see something on social media of a couple hugged up together or on some type of weird vacation or whatever the case may be, you want that to be where you and your spouse needs to be, or you and your other half needs to be, and what y'all have now is already good. Right. So you're throwing a monkey wrench in y'all chemistry, and if you lose chemistry, you lose all compatibility. Right. So they're 1 and 1 if you really. Chemistry and compatibility, even though they mean something totally different, they go hand in hand.
Facts. Snapple facts. It's just crazy. And then it's crazy when you brought up the whole thing with social media, how people see that and try to portray that like this could be us, but you doing this, or it's to an extent it's like annoying to see that.
It's because it's a mirage.
Right.
You in the desert
Right.
and you see water about 20 feet away, and you get there and you're still, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what that other couple was going
Right.
to do. They just giving you a good photo.
Right, you getting the outside, not seeing the inside.
Right.
This is a good moment for us. Shit, Good Times had a photo of them looking like they have a good time, but James and goddamn motherfucker coming out throwing cheers, all types of shit. Esther Rowe coming out with no neck, you know what I mean? But
She had the L Caesar though.
she had the thunder and lightning going on the salt and pepper.
Esther Rowe had the L Caesar.
Oh, man, Esther Rowe was not a looker.
Not at all.
No offense to
And
Esther.
James Evans, I'm going on record saying this. James Evans Sr., a.k.a. John Amos, he deserved an Emmy every year for portraying the fact that he was in love with
Esther. Like I was dating Mr. Microphone. He had a microphone from. Yeah, that's he's the second real MVP.
He's a real MVP.
Golly.
And I know it was just for TV, but y'all, NBC, or I think it was on NBC or ABC, whatever channel that was, whatever network that was dead wrong for having Thelma looking like that and pretending that she came from her parents.
Right, because Thelma was cold.
Thelma was cold. Michael, big ass nose. Neither one of them niggas was light skinned. The only one that fit
was JJ. JJ was ugly as hell.
And that nigga was a sex symbol back then.
Oh my god.
That's what's crazy. He was a sex symbol.
JJ was a sex symbol. But so we agree that chemistry is probably more important than compatibility.
I think now that I listened to what you said, and then I at first, yes, chemistry was my answer, but I think they go hand in hand. I honestly do. I think once you lose one, the other one is bound to go too.
Right. That's tough. But it exists.
Absolutely.
It exists, and I said I don't. If it don't got to be bad, don't make it bad. You know what I mean? If it don't have to be bad, don't make it bad. If you can keep things peaceful, cordial, and smooth running, let it play its course. And the course don't gotta go bad, but just stop putting this unnecessary stress on folks, man. Stop putting this unnecessary stress on. Damn, she ain't got no edges. She got the Stevie Wonder braids, bro.
That's a fact.
She had the little buckles up off top. Like a little
something very superstitious going on around this camp, dog. Very superstition.
I've seen this meme. You know the Disney Channel when they come out with that wand? It was one with Stevie Wonder. And it was like a little smidget on this.
Yo, people be wrong, man, because
Internet is undefeated.
I seen like 3 or 4 videos of Stevie Wonder at basketball games, like courtside. Like, why is he there?
Just listening to
Like, why
it.
would y'all even have that man waste his money? Like, if y'all see him, if his publicist call y'all and be like, hey, Stevie Wonder would like to buy 4 courtside seat tickets. If I was the director of sales at any stadium or arena, I would say, what's the point?
Right.
And this is no disrespect to Stevie Wonder, because you are the absolute, you're beyond a legend.
Right.
I'm not even going to use legend for you. Right. You're beyond the status of legend. I don't even know what goes past legend.
Right.
But you don't need to be courtside at any sporting event.
Right. It's like you're not.
It's not even plausible why you're there.
Would it be bad, like if somebody like loose ball and then dive on him or hit him with the ball? Like,
what if somebody throw an air pass and he can't see?
Right. Look out! Is he gonna duck just because he heard everybody? Somebody go grab him? Maybe he got like a special staff or supports him that like cover him or whatever, you know. So I don't know.
What if Stevie Wonder really not blind?
That's a hell of a gimmick, yo. What if Tupac really not dead? And
Yo,
I'm a
that
Tupac
nigga really
fan.
not blind, dog, and he going around with them dreads like that, dog.
Man, that shit's pushed back. You see his mustache? Like his mustache in his mouth in the corners. I be like, I know he feel that hair on the corners of his
That's
mouth.
his auto tune. Yeah, auto tune without putting that thing in.
Was he born blind?
I don't know. Stevie Wonder needs a movie though. While he's still alive,
That'd be nice.
because he still gets down, and he could do the music like for instance, Ray Charles was still alive when
they
Ray
did
was
Ray.
made.
That was a
He
damn
died.
good movie.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Jamie Foxx, who's a legend in the acting community.
Who can you get to play Stevie Wonder?
That's the whole thing. It has to be an up and coming, like an actor musician.
Whatchamacallit would be like when he was younger, that he looked like Stevie Wonder. Eddie Murphy. Remember when he was like imitating him? He looked like him, but who the fuck? But then again, well, no, they can't use Eddie vocals. Eddie tried it. Eddie, it wasn't working. I just want to party all the time. Like Eddie Murphy couldn't do the whole. Eddie Murphy might have been the worst singer to actor / comedian person. Jamie Foxx was dope. Jamie Foxx can sing.
Jamie Foxx the same, yeah.
Little Duval, he's an actor / comedian. His shit is rock. Eddie Murphy shit was not rocking. Eddie Murphy shit was not rocking.
But the difference between Eddie Murphy and Lil Duval, though, Eddie Murphy was taking that serious. Duval, that was a part of his skit that was a part of his stand-up that blew up. Yeah, he's just having fun with it. You can tell by his songs. Look at his songs.
Still, it was Eddie Murphy in the 80s, though. Everybody was on Eddie Murphy's side. Like, he was a sex symbol. Eddie Murphy was a sex symbol.
But it all boils down to this one phrase.
Okay.
Cocaine was a hell of a drug.
It was. He was leaving with Rick James. That's what I'm saying. He should have popped. Right. Jamie Foxx popped. Jamie Foxx sold his shit through the show.
Facts.
Every episode, Jamie Foxx was singing, or here I come, here I go, here I go. Yeah. Like he was. So I don't know how Eddie Murphy. I don't think Eddie Murphy was. It was Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy of the '80s was like, it was like Michael Jordan.
I think he just
the Lakers. Prince, Michael Jackson, Eddie Murphy was like the comedian of the '80s with Richard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he should have just had fun with it.
Shit, party all the time. Sounded like it was fun.
It sounded like it was fun, but he was serious.
Yeah, he was really trying to sing.
He was really. And they shout out to, once again, I forgot to say this at the beginning of the podcast, but yes, we are here in Buffalo, New York. The most amazing, most dreadful place in the world.
Amazing, dreadful. Yes.
And Party All the Time was recorded here in Buffalo with the great Buffalo legend.
From Rick James.
Rick James.
I'm Rick James, bitch. What did the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap.
Dave Chappelle. That dude.
Right. Genius.
Even his stand-ups.
Funny as hell. I didn't even see all of them, but the ones that I seen, he was funny.
I thoroughly enjoyed the ones that he did on Netflix. His specials, the specials that he had on Netflix.
I think I seen one of them. The one where he was talking about OJ and one of them was
yeah.
That shit was funny.
The 4 times he met OJ.
That shit was funny.
Yeah.
And they came at all random different times. Excuse me.
Yeah. So
I got one for you, cuz.
Okay.
So, since we was kind of on the topic of talking about compatibility and chemistry, what's your take on like women or men dating the opposite sex and the opposite sex have kids and you don't?
Okay, so to answer your question, I don't think it's an issue. Okay. It don't become an issue until it's multiple kids. If it's one, it's cool because you know what I mean. And I don't want to sound. I'm gonna use your word. I don't want to sound selfish, but women have checklists, and sometimes a cross off for you is if you have a child.
Right.
You know, I don't want to compete with a baby mother.
Right.
I don't want to. I don't want to live by the drama.
Right.
We don't either.
Right.
And it's, you know what I'm saying, we understand that if you do have a child, it is a package deal, and we understand that 110%.
Right.
I was raised by another man who took me on as a package deal, and till this day still loves me to death. And so, like, cause I know you still got yours that you love to death and would do anything for. So, so for me, yes, women it's a situation that we do feel uncomfortable with at times, especially if you and your baby father is not on good terms.
Right. Or as you say, you're not on good terms. Because one thing that trips me out with talking to certain women is you get with them and you're talking, you're kicking it, and you know, you're just trying to like understand the circumstance and the situation, what's going on, and you know, you going with your whole, oh, that nigga ain't shit, and he don't do nothing for the kids, and no, I don't talk to him if it ain't got nothing to do with the kids, then we don't talk, or oh, he's not even coming around. But there's been times where I've seen scenarios where not saying I was the main nigga you was talking to, because we might have just been friends, just hanging out, kicking it, shooting the shit, and then I checking on you a little while later, or see some shit from you a little while later, and you got another kid. And by who?
The same person.
The same dude. And I'm like, this the same nigga that you was dogging? So what happened?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How is a guy supposed to feel? Let's just say if I really was feeling you on a heavy level, how am I supposed to feel knowing that you went and did all of this and still went back to what you said you was, you know,
having to go back to?
Right.
You went back couldn't stand.
Right. You went back to a toxic situation.
Right.
So that's kind of something I never really understood. It exists. It exists a lot.
Well, but
a lot.
In that matter, and I'm gonna stick up for all the beautiful young ladies out there in the world in this conversation, because men, we do that a lot too.
We do.
We do it because at that certain point in time, we see something in you, and I'm talking about a male looking at a female, that, oh my goodness, this is something different. I never seen nothing like this before. You know what I mean? And so even though I may have feelings for whatever I just left, or it's still something there, I'm gonna make you try to feel as comfortable as possible. Like, yo, no, I can't stand her. You have nothing to worry about. Even though if me and you don't work out, I can always go back to what I used to have. You know what I'm saying? It's a form of comfortability there.
But they playing with lives, cuz.
We do too.
I mean, but I'm talking, okay, we do, but I'm just, okay, let's go, because this is our podcast. How many children you got, cuz?
I have 0 children.
I have 0 children too, technically, but I do have a son.
Right.
I kind of broke that down earlier, so for those who's a little slow, I get it, but you know, to each his own. What I'm saying is, you playing with lives when you talking about a toxic situation, leaving it, and then going back and creating another life.
Right.
So now you just making more reason to an extent for you to still deal with somebody who you claim you don't want to deal with.
Right.
And that to me makes no sense. And then in doing that, you don't feel, or you won't admit that you played a part in this wrong scenario that you just keep building on. Like, you won't admit that. Like, I'm the type of person, the older I get, I realize that people don't like taking ownership to the things that they do. And I feel like you become more comfortable with yourself when you can admit your wrongs and try to fix your wrongs. And that's something I do a lot nowadays. And it's weird. Like, if I'm wrong on something, I have no problem with saying I'm wrong. Because it's not like I'm a kid or something and I'm going to get a whooping or I'm going to get on punishment or something. I made a mistake. I did something wrong. I take ownership of it. I'm not going to make no excuse about it. And I'm going to move on. And I'm going to get better from it. But these women and men, because I'm not going to make it seem like it's just, but I can only speak from my point of view because I'm a man looking into women.
Right.
Why do y'all? I'm confused on why y'all think that y'all not wrong for helping create this child with who you don't want to have a child with, or as you say you don't want to have a child with. That baffles me, man. Like it baffles me, and then a cool guy like myself, or like my cuz, we come through just trying to be cool, and you got to give us the runaround with. Nobody want to hear that.
And I've dated. I think I've dated every female that I've dated over the past decade has had children.
Man, tell me about it. I had one that didn't. I had one relationship where
the one didn't, but she ended up having a child while we were kind of like on a quote unquote break.
This one that I had, it just, respect to her, no diss to her. I'm not knocking her, but it just was different for me. And I don't think she had children now still either, but that was different. Cool person, cool young lady, but she was just different. It was not for me. We wasn't I can honestly say probably our chemistry and compatibilities was not together.
And I just want to I just want to add something to this to this conversation, because women, we're not saying that just because you have children you're undateable, because that's not what we think at all.
Not at all.
And you know what I mean. Me personally, I don't feel the same way as Cuz do, because he prefers to have a young lady without children.
Right, moving forward.
But me, I find that if you do have a child or children, you have some form of decency about yourself and responsibility.
To an extent, yeah.
So I know that I ain't really got to worry about you coming to me like, oh man, my light bill is this, and I need something for this, and I know that you're able to hold your own, right, because you have been holding it down for however old your children are. So
right.
Don't you know what I mean? We're not coming down on y'all, but we just saying, like, have your situation together.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm, like I said, as he said, he doesn't mind, and I do, and that's no knock to anybody, but it's just the fact that I know what I'm bringing to the table if I did get into a relationship with a young lady or a woman who has children, and I cannot go for the extra stuff. I can't. If I'm not bringing no drama or baggage to the table, and I understand that you have a child, I guess you can't say I had a child by being in a young man's life for 8 years. I've been a father to a young man for 8 years. Some of y'all kids is younger than that, some of them the same age, some of them older. Mm-hmm. So I know what it's like to raise a child, and I know what comes behind it, but you're not finna tell been there how to get there, pretty much.
Right.
You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna talk to me like I don't have common sense. Like I'm not educated, like I ain't come from a household that know right from wrong. I'm not bringing no drama. Like, so you can't try to do that with me.
And fellas, that goes for y'all too.
Hell yeah.
Because we don't date men,
right,
so we don't deal with men.
Right.
And we do have friends that have children, and we see what they go through, but right, a lot of the times it's them.
Right.
We know that you're playing games too.
Right.
But we're not gonna say nothing because it's the guy code.
Right.
But you mess up too. I mean, we're not gonna say nothing to that female for the guy code, but we talk to you and we tell you, yo, you need to change what you're doing,
right,
because you're the reason why this young lady is acting this way.
Right.
Yo, she can't get over me because you're not giving her a chance to get over you.
Right. You gotta grow up, cuz.
That's a fact.
You gotta grow up.
Please grow up.
You have to.
And do as much as you can for your children, because as it's coming from somebody that don't want children, I do want children, but I want it to go about it the right way.
Right, and we can't control that, but I think we're doing pretty well. You were born in '84, cuz.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I haven't even had the scare of having a child before.
I've had the scare a couple times.
I've never had that scare. Like, I've never had that conversation. It was just, listen, I know what I want.
And due to technical difficulties, you guys didn't hear the first initial pilot podcast, and I mentioned that in my 20s, I was shooting clubs up and leaving broken glass and Patron everywhere. So yes, I was a savage in my 20s, and yes, there were a couple
Loose cannons.
It was a couple hey, my period's late.
Right.
So yeah.
Your glue stick was letting loose.
Yes.
You was putting glue sticks on your hand.
They used to call me Ricky Glazer the donut.
Ricky Glazer the donut glazer.
Shout out to the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, yo. I love y'all. I love y'all content, man. Y'all two niggas is hilarious. Shout out to Gilly and Wallow 267.
Yeah, definitely doing their thing over there for sure, man. Definitely doing their thing over there.
Shout out to all the podcasts that's out there. You know, man, I don't care what you're talking about, religion and, you know, vegan food, whatever y'all kicking in about.
Right, shout out
for having the initiative to get out there and actually to do it.
Right, I definitely want to give a shout out to Talkative, my man, Overtime Chris, Mac the Legend.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting it in over there, man. They don't have a lot of followers and everything, but you know what I mean. I'm an avid listener, and I like the content that they bring to the table. So, shout out to them, man, for sure.
I want to give a shout out to, and I think he's on their way to becoming that legend status. I want to give a shout out to the up and coming legends of I'm Living B, the clothing line based out of Buffalo, New York, and I think they got a store in, I think it's Charlotte.
I think so. Yeah.
I think it's Charlotte, man. I want to give a shout out to them boys, man.
Right.
E. Ross and y'all boys, man. Y'all doing it humongous, and y'all doing it the right way, man. And I just want to give a big shout out to y'all, man. And y'all not on that. Well, I'm not gonna say not on that. Y'all on the verge of that legend status. Right. And big shout out to y'all, man. Just being from this town where, for some people, it's kind of vague. Yeah. You know what I mean? They don't know what they doing. Y'all actually made it up. Y'all making a way out of no way. So shout out to y'all, man.
Right. I can honestly say, and this is no knock or anything, I can honestly say I've never purchased anything, besides food, locally. Like, I've never, like, no clothing, and there's no knock to nobody. I don't know, it's my thing, personally. I just don't, for one, I'm a big dude, so sometimes getting those size clothing is very difficult to come, you know what I mean?
Yeah, y'all,
it's difficult.
I'm Living B.
Yeah,
y'all don't always offer
my size clothing.
Yeah, my big cuz is 6'7", 480.
Right.
He needs at least a 5X.
Right, son. I even rock some socks. I'm a big socks wearer. I love my socks. I don't really purchase a lot of stuff though. Like I said, I'm not your average bear.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So
I do have quite a few I'm Living B shirts. I was earlier on, and I need to get back on the wave of,
Did they go stitch it?
I don't know. See, I got a lot of the earlier shirts.
The screen print.
Yeah, the screen print.
They changed the game with them stitch joints. I think, what's crazy? I don't know if E-Roz will remember this, but I remember one time I popped in the store, and I actually kicked it with him about that. Because I got a guy that works, for a company. I'm not going to put that out there right now, but I got a guy who was doing shirts. Like, a lot of my shirts and hoodies, I have, like, stitching. I had a bunch of Buffalo Bills logos, but different team colors with the Bills logo, and it's all stitched.
Right.
And I got in contact, or I went in the store to, it wasn't me trying to sell a product or anything like that, but I just went in there because I seen E-Roz going in, and I was just kicking it, you know what I mean? And I told him, I was like, I got the stitching in. He was like, no, where you get that done at? And I told him about my boy or whatever. But he was asking how much he charged, and I don't know that because I'm not into that. You know what I mean? But I don't think for their production like pace, I don't think he would be able to do it, you know, as they needed it for where he worked, because he was doing things at his place of employment that ain't happening. You know, it's not like his own house where he's doing this. He was doing stuff for me on the low, and I was just kicking him with some bread. But they changed the game with some stitching. You throw some stitching up on them shirts, it'll really get real, because nobody, you know, and this is like we keeping it real over here. Nobody want to buy no shirt and you wash it and then it start peeling or start, you know, fading out. I don't know how I never purchased, so I don't know.
I'm a vouch for y'all. I'm living B. Y'all shirts I got shirts from like 4 years ago. That's still the I'm living B is still intact. So I could say like they shirts really be legit put together well. They do they thing. They do high quality work.
That's what's up. Yeah, like I said, I never had any, so I can't really tell you what the quality of it is. But I know they moving because I see a lot of people doing it. I see the girls, the models. I seen a couple celebrities. I seen Wallow with I'm Living B shirt.
I've seen Wallow, Big Fendi, Jada.
I've seen a couple of them. That's what's up, man. That's moving. You know what I mean? That's a dope move, especially coming from Buffalo.
Right.
Only thing I ask is that, and it's not me needing something out of it or wanting anything out of it, but you know, you hear the phrase and it's thrown around real loosely. Don't forget where you came from. Give back and all that. In doing that, I think when you do that to somebody who's not expecting it. Do that for somebody that's not expecting it. And I think it's going to be a topic for another time, but it's just something to ponder on. But it's wild how when you from Buffalo, and let's say you got something going on for you, everybody and their mama come out to woodwork like, don't forget where you came from. Don't forget about us.
That's what anything.
Yeah, it is. But the thing about that is, these people don't, to an extent, have nothing to do with what you got going on. For the most part, never had anything supporting you for real, but it's just your come up. So it's like, let me say this nice thing to you because then maybe it'll come back to me. When you give a blessing, you're not really supposed to expect a blessing. It's going to come when it's going to come. So what I'm saying is, get those blessings, or, you know, when you show that support, or people say give back, when you give back to something that is not
that matters to you.
Yeah. Don't give back to somebody who, and I'm not saying y'all do that. I'm not definitely telling y'all how to run your business. None of that.
And don't feel pressured to do it.
Right.
Like, give back on your own.
Give back to something that you be like, yo, I didn't. Give back to somebody in another place. Somebody from another city, state, whatever. But, you know, it just...
And we know that y'all giving back because I see y'all talking to schools. I see you on the news. Y'all was just at East not too long ago.
Right, we got to get back. We got to get y'all on the podcast.
Too, yeah, we got to. Please come through. Please come through and, you know, kick us some game a little bit. You know what I mean? Help us elevate our little simple podcast.
Right.
So, please, you know what I mean? So
if it wasn't explained the first one, we not doing this for no money. We ain't doing this for nothing. We just kicking it. It's like we was talking earlier. It's like a Facebook Live, but you can't see us, and we just kicking it. You know, we just giving our fun, giving our point of view about stuff. We just kicking it. So,
because this is what, when we get up, this is what we do.
Communicate.
We sit and we just talk. About everything. So, you know what I'm saying? We just feel like some of the things that we talk about, y'all might want to hear. It might help y'all out with something. And I don't mean to jump off this serious topic, but like I said, we are at your favorite local supermarket, and these young white kids next to us
taking out a whole pizza.
It's taking out a whole pizza with milk.
That is nothing but dairy. That mean when they hit the toilet.
Is that whole dairy thing? Is that just like a black thing?
What?
Once you get to a certain age, like, I became lactose intolerant, lactose sensitive as I got older.
Did you drink milk all the way through?
Yes, okay. I used to bust milk down.
See, so for me, saying that, I remember when I was younger, I used to go to school, I used to drink like 6-7 milks. Milk at home. We had milk. We was heavy milk. Mine was on WIC, all that shit. We loved milk. But then for a long time, I wasn't drinking milk. Like I wanted to eat cereal. I wasn't having milk. And then I got back to it, and then it was just tearing my damn stomach up. So for me,
It tears me up.
that shit fucks me up. But I will tell you a good alternative. That lactate milk,
Yeah.
that is good. Like it tastes like milk, but it don't give you the side effects of milk.
I do drink soy.
So I never had. So I had almond milk.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Almond milk.
I had almond and I had lactate. Lactate is good. I like, especially when that shit be cold. It's like a little sweeter too. But yeah, lactate milk is dope. But yeah, they definitely eating pizza with fucking chocolate milk.
It's just like it's. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it because it is like dairy match, but it's a lot. Pizza is kind of greasy.
You know, us niggas, we want a Pepsi with that shit. Though I eat some pizza, I want a Pepsi. I want some shit to burn and cut through that shit.
Yeah, I need a red Faygo.
Right. Oh,
a red pop Faygo. I need that.
Red
a
Faygo
nice pizza.
is to me, by far, the spice, the craziest, strongest pop I've ever drank.
Yeah, facts.
It is fucking strong. Only other pop that was stronger than that was when they first came out with the Sierra Mist Cranberry.
Yeah.
That was a good ass pop. I'm talking about you take a sip of that, like, whoo, like.
Sierra, that pop used to taste like.
Came around Christmas time, like holiday season.
That pop tastes like when your leg fall asleep.
Right. Oh my God. The red pop. For a long time, I didn't even know what the hell red pop flavor was. I'm like, what flavor is this? And that shit's strawberry. I didn't even know that. That's a.
Yeah, that Faygo always had them alternative flavors.
Right. But
instead of saying squirt, they said 60-40.
Right. They had to because they couldn't take the thing. But that was their thing though, and they sold it for cheaper. It was like Tops and Wilson Farm. Shout out to old school Wilson Farm.
Yeah.
But like, Faygo Red Pop was the only one that was a color. Everything else was a fucking name.
Yeah, right.
It was a name for it. You had the Faygo Cola. You had the Faygo. What was the 60-40? You had that. What was that blue one? Those cars.
Something blast.
Yeah, it was like a blue one. Then you had the mellow yellow, like not mellow yellow. It was called something for
else.
Mountain Dew like flavor. You had orange. Well, orange is a color. I guess you could say that. So yeah, orange is. They had the ginger ale. Yeah, that's crazy.
They had the Ohana Punch.
Ohana Punch. That was a front.
For y'all that don't know, who has never drank Faygo, and I don't, if you black, you've drank Faygo at least one time in your life.
Right.
Ohana means family.
I never knew that.
It's on the bottle.
I didn't take the time to read. First of all, I really wasn't buying that flavor. Like, it wasn't red, cola, or ginger ale.
Oh, no, the peach joint was fire, too. Peach Faygo.
I might have had that
It's
one.
fire.
60-40 is Mountain Dew, I think.
No, 60-40 is squirt.
Oh, it's yellow though. It's like that yellow. It's called, okay. Mountain something is, I think, wasn't like a
Mountain Brush? Was it Mountain Brush?
Some mountain something.
No.
Right, that's crazy. That is crazy. These are Buffalo things though. I don't know.
No, these are hood things.
Right.
Because Faygo is just about everywhere.
Right. Well, I don't know. I've never seen it. When I was in Massachusetts, I ain't never seen a Faygo on the corner.
That's Massachusetts.
Okay.
You went to the hood. Did you go to the hood in Massachusetts?
But when I went to that bodega store, I did.
They have Faygo.
No, I didn't see no Faygo in there.
Faygo is everywhere, guys.
I didn't see no Faygo in there. And the reason how I know for a fact I didn't see Faygo in there was because when I went to the store Bodega, I don't know if I ever told you about this, but Bodega is a sneaker shop, boutique. You go inside the store. Mind you, it's like when you walking in Boston, it almost looks like New York City. Mm-hmm. You walk to like the end where like a bunch of these brownstones. It don't look hoodish, but it is the hood. It don't look like our typical hood. You go to this store, and the storefront, you see like toilet paper. It's a regular corner store, but the shit in there looked dusty. It ran down like a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. But it was a motherfucker in the store wearing a suit. And I'm like, why does this nigga have on a suit?
Right.
Working in this dusty, old-ass corner store. So I asked, where the drinks at? Because at first I thought I was in the wrong place when I asked about the store. The motherfucker, it was a vending machine. I walk up to the vending machine, money in hand, the fucking vending machine door slides open, and it's like a upscale sneaker store when you walk behind the store.
That's cool.
I said that shit was raw. It blew my mind. But with the vending machine and the cooler, like, it wasn't no fake on there because when I was looking, I'm like, I don't want that. I was going to just buy some at the vending machine, but the vending machine slid open, and it was a whole different store. How you doing?
Hi.
It was a whole different store in there. I'm talking about like exclusive store. I seen Rasheed Wallace's I've never seen. All types of crazy ass. I'm like, yo, this is raw. And then you can come out. You can come back through the store and go out, but from the outside coming in, you don't see that door to come out of the store.
Yeah.
It's called Bodega, Boston, Massachusetts. Dope as hell. I've never seen a store like that.
Because I've been. No, but we didn't go to the hood in Connecticut. It was like in
Connecticut got some hoods too.
Yeah. Oh, I've had Fagos in like Philly, Baltimore,
I've never even been to Philly.
Virginia. I've had Fagos like outside of Buffalo.
I've never had a chance to really chill. I've been to mad places, but it was like either a sporting event or like a quick in and out. So I've been in a whole bunch of different states in the country, but I've never got the chance to really like chill like that, like I did in Massachusetts and shit.
I used to like traveling because I used to always love to get out of Buffalo, but I could never stay away long. It was always like something pulling me back. Like you got to get back home. Maybe it's familiarity, and you go somewhere else, and it's an hour to get from point A to point B, and then Buffalo is 15 minutes tops to get from one end of Buffalo to the other end of Buffalo. So I don't know, man.
I can stay away. It's just the whole thing for me is just family members. When I stay away from family members too long, it just messed me up. Like being in Massachusetts for them 2 years, it was cool. It was nice. It was a different set of living. It was a different kind of living. Like, but when you're not seeing a family member often, whenever you might want to vent about something, you got to make a phone call. Like, I was like, oh, that shit felt like I was in jail to an extent. But it was a different. It was nice.
Right.
It was nice. It was different. I think about seeing the movie Get Out though. The movie Get Out came out back then. Oh, I would have fucking came home the second day being out that motherfucker. Like, whoa. But that was a different experience. It was cool. Shout out to them. I ain't gonna put their names up there like that, but shout out to them.
We're not saying don't travel neither.
Yeah, not
please
at all.
get out. If you get a chance to get out of Buffalo, go see what this country has to offer, or wherever you're going.
The world, right?
Go see what the world has to offer.
I want to go to Bali.
I want to go to Fiji.
Yeah, Fiji look like you get in the water and just drink that shit.
I want to be able to walk out my bedroom on vacation and get right in the water. Right. And I'm not talking about a tub or a shower.
Right.
I'm talking about some ocean that I don't even know what the name of it is.
Right. We did that at Myrtle Beach. Our joint was right on the damn beach. Like, look out the window. I'm talking about literally 20 seconds walk. And then we had a private pool too. You just walk right to the steps, boom, you on the beach. That shit was love. We was taking little walks every morning, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
You would think nobody out there. This shit was packed. 7 o'clock well, not packed, but it was mad motherfuckers out there. I was going out there jogging. That shit was nice, man. Definitely nice. Definitely nice. Now, what we in, 48 minutes? 48 minutes and counting? I think we touched on some good stuff today.
I think we did. We got a lot of positive feedbacks. Nobody really hit us with no negative feedbacks yet.
Right.
But it was like a lot of family that was giving us a lot of positive feedbacks. Right. But please, man, we upload these to YouTube
every Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. So please, listen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Please tell us what we're doing wrong,
right.
How we can improve.
Right.
Hey, y'all say this too much. Y'all doing this. You know what I mean? I need to stick on this topic a little longer because y'all was talking about something that I needed to hear, and I didn't get a chance to get the answer that I was looking for. So please, just let us know, man. What you feel we could improve on, man, and just keep listening. If you're listening, even if you're listening for a minute, please. Just thank you for listening.
It's free. It's free to listen.
Please.
Like I said, we ain't asking for nothing. I mean, you guys, like you cleaning up your house or something, or using the bathroom. Just take a couple minutes at your time.
If you at work and you got an annoying desk mate, put your headphones in and just listen to us.
Just listen to us. We're gonna kick it with you. You can. We got our email address is Rteesandsweats. That's the letter RTEESANDSWEATS@gmail.com. I'll have it in the link will be in the description box as well, so you'll be able to see it. Let us, if you got a question for us, or even if you want to just maybe even get our advice on something, or get our look on it. If it's a woman and you want to get a male's point of view, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
if you have questions, man, text us questions or comment questions or email us questions, however you want to do it, man. If you wanted a topic that you want talked about, I don't care what it is, we'll talk about it. We'll find an intelligent way to bring you and give you information that you may not know.
Our point of view, we are not professionals, but we are professionals, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Jack of all trades, master of none. Right. You know what I'm saying? But again, this is your boy Boo-G, also known as Reynaldo Lamgram.
And this is your boy RJ, a.k.a. Raphael Penderhughes.
This is the Lambtastic Voyage, man. Y'all be smooth. Y'all be safe. Peace.
Thanks for listening.